We will start our own business in the future. We will start our own business in the future. Consumes. Consumes. His personality comes to the fore in his writings. His personality comes to the fore in his writings. He needs to laugh often. He needs to laugh often. Usually he has to deny it. Usually he has to deny it. We play board games with our friends on Sundays. We play board games with our friends on Sundays. We need to clean the windows. We need to clean the windows. There is an internet problem on your side. There is an internet problem on your side. He was watering the plants in the garden. He was watering the plants in the garden. Sometimes it may burn. Sometimes it may burn. His grandchildren were filmmakers. His grandchildren were filmmakers. To solve. To solve. They sat in the front row to watch the concert. They sat in the front row to watch the concert. Won't you be late for work? Won't you be late for work? Let me know if you want to hang out sometime. Let me know if you want to hang out sometime. The cat was sleeping on the windowsill in the sunlight. The cat was sleeping on the windowsill in the sunlight. It didn't show up right away. It didn't show up right away. After lunch, we will attend the seminar. After lunch, we will attend the seminar. He will make a presentation at the conference. He will make a presentation at the conference. Soon you became a technician. Soon you became a technician. How to fry chicken fillets. How to fry chicken fillets. Things. Things. Was our grandmother a broadcaster? Was our grandmother a broadcaster? We will send it to you after today. We will send it to you after today. Now what is this road sign? Now what is this road sign? He is taking a shower. He is taking a shower. I know why you don't want to come with me. I know why you don't want to come with me. If I were a superhero, I would have super strength. If I were a superhero, I would have super strength. I find history more fascinating than science. I find history more fascinating than science. Shouldn't there be a philosopher every week? Shouldn't there be a philosopher every week? The company is looking for a new project manager. The company is looking for a new project manager. If they called me, I would answer the phone. If they called me, I would answer the phone. Let's follow the scores. Let's follow the scores. If he had a dog, he would take it for a walk. If he had a dog, he would take it for a walk. Where do you go when you get sick? Where do you go when you get sick? I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. He should not take care of her at noon. He should not take care of her at noon. To try. To try. The window opened due to the wind. The window opened due to the wind. They were going for a walk in the park. They were going for a walk in the park. We'll be at the theater before previews start. We'll be at the theater before previews start. These cookies are too sweet for my taste. These cookies are too sweet for my taste. Play constantly. Play constantly. Is there honey in the pantry? Is there honey in the pantry? Was his stepsister a gynecologist? Was his stepsister a gynecologist? I'm ready for a chess match. I'm ready for a chess match. There is a high probability of rain tomorrow. There is a high probability of rain tomorrow. I have a dog. I have a dog. Anything else to discuss before we wrap up? Anything else to discuss before we wrap up? Can I use my loyalty points for rewards? Can I use my loyalty points for rewards? The work I do is below my dignity. The work I do is below my dignity. The end of the road is near. The end of the road is near. Couldn't he walk? Couldn't he walk? Can you insist? Can you insist? He cannot teach when the sun is rising. He cannot teach when the sun is rising. He will not create them every day. He will not create them every day. You become a developer for 10 years. You become a developer for 10 years. We can't get it after a month. We can't get it after a month. Is his stepbrother an optician? Is his stepbrother an optician? No problem. No problem. Would I be a bartender after 4 weekends? Would I be a bartender after 4 weekends? He is very generous and always puts others first. He is very generous and always puts others first. Can complain. Can complain. They should avoid eating too much junk food. They should avoid eating too much junk food. Can you try these slippers, please? Can you try these slippers, please? I have noticed a significant improvement in my health since I started exercising regularly. I have noticed a significant improvement in my health since I started exercising regularly. They're playing a classic Hitchcock movie. They're playing a classic Hitchcock movie. I will study when you come. I will study when you come. I may disagree. I may disagree. Then can you be a curator? Then can you be a curator? You are not a monthly nurse. You are not a monthly nurse. I don't know what to do, but I'll keep trying. I don't know what to do, but I'll keep trying. Can you help me carry these boxes? Can you help me carry these boxes? Tell me about this. Tell me about this. Do you know who John is? Do you know who John is? Where can I find preserves? Where can I find preserves? Won't we be paramedics in a week? Won't we be paramedics in a week? Your grandson was a harvestman. Your grandson was a harvestman. After 2 weeks I won't push it. After 2 weeks I won't push it. I love eating apples. I love eating apples. Can you recommend a good skincare product brand? Can you recommend a good skincare product brand? Is it suppressing? Is it suppressing? What a fascinating story. What a fascinating story. Finally. Finally. Let's make sure everyone is on the same page before we move on. Let's make sure everyone is on the same page before we move on. Property is something that someone owns. Property is something that someone owns. How did you think? How did you think? He wrote an insightful article about the future of artificial intelligence. He wrote an insightful article about the future of artificial intelligence. Was my grandfather a guard? Was my grandfather a guard? Can't it be skinned at sunrise? Can't it be skinned at sunrise? Would you like to come with us? Would you like to come with us? He jumps over the puddle. He jumps over the puddle. Although it is expensive, the quality of the product is unmatched. Although it is expensive, the quality of the product is unmatched. We go to the gym 3 times a week. We go to the gym 3 times a week. We were saving money for our vacation. We were saving money for our vacation. Coral reefs. Coral reefs. I may not do journalism every month. I may not do journalism every month. Do you know people who do this? Have you ever done it? Do you know people who do this? Have you ever done it? Musicians will perform at a music festival. Musicians will perform at a music festival. I am good. I am good. Can prepare. Can prepare. The barking dog in the garden is annoying. The barking dog in the garden is annoying. I attended a photography workshop to improve my composition skills. I attended a photography workshop to improve my composition skills. We had the broken glass repaired by the master. We had the broken glass repaired by the master. Annie also has a cold. Annie also has a cold. The beauty of the landscape inspired the painter. The beauty of the landscape inspired the painter. No problem. No problem. Hello, this is Jane. Hello, this is Jane. Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable? Will you come back? Will you come back? We looked for a solution to the problem. We looked for a solution to the problem. Towards the end of the meeting we discussed the steps to be taken. Towards the end of the meeting we discussed the steps to be taken. What have you done? What have you done? Was our son a developer? Was our son a developer? Can I not judge so often? Can I not judge so often? Have you ever climbed a mountain? Have you ever climbed a mountain? Can it normally be a cellar? Can it normally be a cellar? He would suppress it. He would suppress it. To solve. To solve. This is a critical issue that we must address. This is a critical issue that we must address. He's stronger than he looks. He's stronger than he looks. My stepson was the operator. My stepson was the operator. I am pessimistic in my life. I am pessimistic in my life. Have I become an industrialist now? Have I become an industrialist now? We will buy a new car next month. We will buy a new car next month. There is always a risk that the company you invest in will go bankrupt. There is always a risk that the company you invest in will go bankrupt. I'm excited to see what the future holds for us and what we will achieve. I'm excited to see what the future holds for us and what we will achieve. Even though it is difficult, we have to overcome it. Even though it is difficult, we have to overcome it. I'm careful with my money. I'm careful with my money. I will make a cake. I will make a cake. I do not have much money. I do not have much money. The artist's work is rooted in social commentary. The artist's work is rooted in social commentary. The elephant is the largest animal on land. The elephant is the largest animal on land. His brother-in-law is a factory worker. His brother-in-law is a factory worker. To earn money. To earn money. I'm going on Sunday. I'm going on Sunday. Can you give me the direction to the science building? Can you give me the direction to the science building? You need to explain what happened. You need to explain what happened. I'm planning a vacation to Hawaii next month. I'm planning a vacation to Hawaii next month. Get some rest. Get some rest. I'll have coconut shrimp as an appetizer. I'll have coconut shrimp as an appetizer. We must respect the privacy of others. We must respect the privacy of others. They will not do trades at night. They will not do trades at night. The dog chased the cat in the garden. The dog chased the cat in the garden. How are you? How are you? Can I have the invoice, please? Can I have the invoice, please? Do you do any sports? Do you do any sports? They took a shower. They took a shower. I want to be able to speak fluently. I want to be able to speak fluently. We can't do carpentry at sunset. We can't do carpentry at sunset. Was our nephew a gardener? Was our nephew a gardener? We stood in the rain and waited for the bus. We stood in the rain and waited for the bus. There is a bicycle in the backyard. There is a bicycle in the backyard. He needs to ask for permission before leaving the office. He needs to ask for permission before leaving the office. We may not be able to save last year. We may not be able to save last year. They are having dinner at a restaurant tomorrow. They are having dinner at a restaurant tomorrow. You're pulling my foot. You're pulling my foot. He is a talented musician. He is a talented musician. Was our brother-in-law a miner? Was our brother-in-law a miner? They think I went out for lunch. They think I went out for lunch. Is her mother-in-law a reporter? Is her mother-in-law a reporter? And we're wondering what the character limit is for this field. And we're wondering what the character limit is for this field. I accept your invitation to the party. I accept your invitation to the party. Were your grandchildren housekeepers? Were your grandchildren housekeepers? Let's form teams and play a board game. Let's form teams and play a board game. I always pay my bus fare with exact change. I always pay my bus fare with exact change. Where are you from? Where are you from? His stepdaughter was a drummer. His stepdaughter was a drummer. I go to the gym twice a week. I go to the gym twice a week. He never misses his morning run. He never misses his morning run. Were our parents geographers? Were our parents geographers? I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused. Of course, no problem. Of course, no problem. You didn't answer for the previous 5 evenings. You didn't answer for the previous 5 evenings. Use this for thoughts that you are trying to avoid but keep coming to your mind. Use this for thoughts that you are trying to avoid but keep coming to your mind. Has the ability to speak more than one language. Has the ability to speak more than one language. Do you have any vegetarian options? Do you have any vegetarian options? This is our last lesson this week. This is our last lesson this week. Don't forget to buy milk, my mother said to me. Don't forget to buy milk, my mother said to me. He can speak 3 languages fluently. He can speak 3 languages fluently. She is very sweet. She is very sweet. Was his half-sister a fashion designer? Was his half-sister a fashion designer? The dog barks loudly. The dog barks loudly. Should I apply to the coroner after 3 years? Should I apply to the coroner after 3 years? Won't I have a weekly masseuse? Won't I have a weekly masseuse? Should they be paramedics every day? Should they be paramedics every day? He's a great artist, but he also excels at math and science. He's a great artist, but he also excels at math and science. Your grandparents are waiters. Your grandparents are waiters. He plays football every Saturday. He plays football every Saturday. I used to wake up early. I used to wake up early. Let me handle this for you. Let me handle this for you. What's going on? What's going on? I have a doctor's appointment. I'm leaving early today. I have a doctor's appointment. I'm leaving early today. Can I bring my own bag to pack my food? Can I bring my own bag to pack my food? My grandson was a publisher. My grandson was a publisher. He was not a night watchman then. He was not a night watchman then. We should have studied for the exam together. We should have studied for the exam together. He's taking photos. He's taking photos. I'm angry with you, so I won't come to you. I'm angry with you, so I won't come to you. This car is very fast. This car is very fast. Should there be an examination every day? Should there be an examination every day? I will be living in Japan for the next 5 years. I will be living in Japan for the next 5 years. Do you want to order pizza? Do you want to order pizza? She is a yoga instructor and teaches at the local gym. She is a yoga instructor and teaches at the local gym. How to cook steak for filet mignon. How to cook steak for filet mignon. Shouldn't they go ashore? Shouldn't they go ashore? Is his stepbrother a baker? Is his stepbrother a baker? The colors in this painting are rich and flashy. The colors in this painting are rich and flashy. How are you? How are you? When we reach the summit, we will have been hiking for 3 hours. When we reach the summit, we will have been hiking for 3 hours. Don't you defend the decade? Don't you defend the decade? I can never finish. I can never finish. The person being interviewed 3 centuries later. The person being interviewed 3 centuries later. The lawyer represents the client in court. The lawyer represents the client in court. After trying to quit smoking for years, he finally succeeded. After trying to quit smoking for years, he finally succeeded. He rarely takes a taxi. He rarely takes a taxi. The Louvre Museum is the most visited art museum in the world. The Louvre Museum is the most visited art museum in the world. Will it be added soon? Will it be added soon? I'm meeting my friends in the city tomorrow. I'm meeting my friends in the city tomorrow. Do they need to shout? Do they need to shout? Can you tell me when this happened? Can you tell me when this happened? He will have learned to surf next summer. He will have learned to surf next summer. He couldn't leave any sooner. He couldn't leave any sooner. They were having a picnic in the park when it started to rain. They were having a picnic in the park when it started to rain. I love the retro games in this arcade. I love the retro games in this arcade. He plays guitar every day. He plays guitar every day. It seems common sense that fewer people would mean lower carbon emissions. It seems common sense that fewer people would mean lower carbon emissions. Can't it be added? Can't it be added? We wouldn't start. We wouldn't start. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Even though the weather was unpredictable, we decided to go for a walk anyway. Even though the weather was unpredictable, we decided to go for a walk anyway. I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore. Would we be inseparable? Would we be inseparable? Should it never be removed? Should it never be removed? Does everyone agree so far? Does everyone agree so far? Does anyone have questions before we get started? Does anyone have questions before we get started? Do you play any musical instruments? Do you play any musical instruments? Should it sometimes cost? Should it sometimes cost? He can often be a sports announcer. He can often be a sports announcer. Don't you get organized often? Don't you get organized often? Can you show me the way to the station? Can you show me the way to the station? We make a meaningful contribution. We make a meaningful contribution. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're talking about. After heavy rain, the streets were flooded. After heavy rain, the streets were flooded. Number 3 is also solved. Number 3 is also solved. Are you flying for the first time? Are you flying for the first time? Can I use a gift card for my purchases? Can I use a gift card for my purchases? Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. The car was parked in the garage. The car was parked in the garage. Frozen. Frozen. Except that one. Except that one. To separate. To separate. Can't you make it to the grocery store in 3 minutes? Can't you make it to the grocery store in 3 minutes? I do not care. I do not care. The electric skillet is ideal for one-pot cooking. The electric skillet is ideal for one-pot cooking. Shall we build now? Shall we build now? Back then, people listened to music on cassettes. Back then, people listened to music on cassettes. Couldn't it have been printed at 5 midnight? Couldn't it have been printed at 5 midnight? Can you recommend a good coffee brand? Can you recommend a good coffee brand? They will donate the money to charities. They will donate the money to charities. Can't it happen every year? Can't it happen every year? Let me check. Let me check. It was exercise. It was exercise. How can I help you with your shopping? How can I help you with your shopping? I'll see a man who's your friend. I'll see a man who's your friend. Should you set up base at dusk? Should you set up base at dusk? Can I always make cream? Can I always make cream? I'm not a clown, I'm just curious. I'm not a clown, I'm just curious. The alarm went off at 6 a.m. The alarm went off at 6 a.m. Is his aunt a jockey? Is his aunt a jockey? He had already fixed the car. He had already fixed the car. The gas station is just ahead. The gas station is just ahead. We meet at the ticket office of the cinema. We meet at the ticket office of the cinema. His stepmother is an air traffic controller. His stepmother is an air traffic controller. Was your nephew a politician? Was your nephew a politician? When we complete the project, we will have been working together for 6 months. When we complete the project, we will have been working together for 6 months. The window had been left open by mistake. The window had been left open by mistake. Can't iron at lunchtime. Can't iron at lunchtime. Were their cousins detectives? Were their cousins detectives? I'll borrow your boss's car for fun. I'll borrow your boss's car for fun. His brother is his best friend. His brother is his best friend. So far, so good. So far, so good. This is a classic. This is a classic. Whose umbrella did you take? Whose umbrella did you take? Food. Food. I could run fast then. I could run fast then. They are very helpful to those in need. They are very helpful to those in need. Wasn't it settled? Wasn't it settled? What kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like? I only have $8 in my wallet. I only have $8 in my wallet. Everything will be very nice. Everything will be very nice. Can you elaborate on this? Can you elaborate on this? Why do not you work? Why do not you work? You should start physical therapy soon. You should start physical therapy soon. I need a pair of shoes for a job interview. I need a pair of shoes for a job interview. I'll buy you something on the way home. I'll buy you something on the way home. We usually go hiking in the mountains. We usually go hiking in the mountains. You don't direct. You don't direct. If only the rain would stop, we could go for a walk. If only the rain would stop, we could go for a walk. The teacher's desk is at the front of the classroom. The teacher's desk is at the front of the classroom.